Hello, everybody. My name is Jessica Bobo, and I am here today to do an introduction to essential oils presentation with you. So if you're getting this presentation sent to you, either myself or somebody on our team of coaches has sent this to you, and I'm just really excited to share this information with you. Now, ideally, we'd want you to participate in an oil camp. Now, if that can't happen for whatever reason, this is our next step, is to get you the information on doTERRA's products and what's so great about them. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, this is me and my husband, Corey, and we've been using doTERRA essential oils now for almost 7 years. And we love them. We have integrated doTERRA's products into pretty much every aspect of our home when it comes to our wellness and supplementing our nutrition and cleaning and cooking and emotional wellness and mental wellness. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. We've got them just about in every room. But anyway, what got me into essential oils? So I'm going to kind of share with you a little story about myself. So about 9 years ago, I moved here to Utah. 10 years now. Gosh, time's flying. And anyway, moved here to Utah, and soon after I moved here, I discovered that I had a health issue that I was not aware of. It was underlying, and something about moving here or the time in my life or whatever it is decided to surface itself. And what would happen is basically you see these white spots on my arm. That's actually the healing side of what would happen. I'd start off by getting this really aggressive rash that would cover about 95% of my body. And after testing, we found out that it was actually an immune response that I was struggling with. I had an issue with my immunity. And it would take about 6 months for this rash to cycle out. So here you're seeing right around the 5th month mark. In my arm where these white spots, the rash is now healing, and I've got the pigment loss, but that comes back eventually. And anyway, the rash is really uncomfortable and painful, and so I was looking for a solution. The medications that my doctors were prescribing me had an effect to my body that wasn't pleasing. It wasn't good, actually. And we were also trying to grow a family, and the medication that I was on, I couldn't take if we were trying to get pregnant. So I had this issue, health issue, and this dilemma of what to do. So a friend of mine had introduced me to doTERRA and the products. And so I started using them. And shortly after using them, I started to see a change happen, not just in my immunity, and that actually came a lot longer. But I noticed a change, or not a lot longer, but it did come a little bit longer after using. I had to be consistent in using the products to really notice a change in my immunity. But I noticed changes almost within that first week in other areas of my health and my wellness and my mental clarity and my emotional wellness. So there was so much that was happening just in a short amount of time that were positive things from using the products. So I got hooked. And so now, 7 years later, here I am, a coach. So real quick, that's enough about me. We're going to now dive into our overview and why you're here. So essential oils are a natural solution. So we're going to talk about why essential oils are considered a natural solution. I'm going to have a few oil demonstrations just to talk about my favorite products, and most of them are doTERRA's leading products, your top products for sale. And then what we're going to talk about why doTERRA as an oil company. Why did I stick with doTERRA versus another company? And I'm not going to do a comparison. I'm just going to say why I love doTERRA so much. And then you'll see these wisdom pillars, these little checkpoints as we go along. And this is really just a place to stop and reflect on what we talked about. Sometimes when we do live events, live classes, we use these wisdom pillars as a way to get participation points to earn a prize. And so if your coach is doing that with this presentation today, then pay attention to that and you'd want to participate. All right, so here we go. So talking about your why, you heard my why and why I stuck with using doTERRA's essential oils and products. So what is your why? And here's a bunch of great whys up here on this slide. It could be anywhere from rising costs in healthcare, or most people that I talk to just want general health and wellness solutions that are natural. Some people just like the discount on the products. As a member, you get a 25% off discount off of retail pricing, so that's a great perk, but we'll talk more about that later. So there's lots of great reasons as to why. So think about what yours is and then keep that stored away. We'll come back to that here a little bit later on. All right, so one thing I will just say real quick as a disclaimer, this is not to replace your health care. All right, we talk about it as being a solution to healthcare, but is not to replace it. It's an alternative. It's something that can be used to supplement your healthcare. I love doTERRA, but I also like to marry it up with my Western medicine. My doctor is a friend of mine. I like seeing my doctor. He has great advice and he is an expert. He's paid a lot of money for his education, and I see him. We go to our yearly checkups, and if we're feeling sick, and maybe what we're doing at home isn't working, we go see the doctor. This is not to replace your doctor. But what I would like to introduce to you is a way to marry up your Western medicine practices to a natural solution. Really, doTERRA essential oils, it's a holistic company to go hand in hand with your doctor and your Western medicine. So there you go. I'm not going to tell you to not stop seeing your doctor. You want to keep doing that. Talk to him about the products you're using, and maybe educate him a little bit too, or her, whoever it is. I know my doctor loves hearing about my product, what I'm using and what's working. So keep it up. All right. So what is an essential oil? An essential oil is a naturally highly concentrated compound found in plants. Now, where in the plants? They can be found in the roots, they can be found in the bark, in the seeds, the flowers, or the petals, different parts of the plant. They're referred to as volatile aromatic compounds. They give plants the aroma that they have. They also can protect plants against harsh environmental conditions and pests, and they also play a role in plant pollination. So lots of great benefits in the plant. And then these products are distilled. So these compounds, these oils are extracted from the plants, and in a manner that is not harming the essential oil that's in the plant. So there's a whole process to it, okay? And there's not enough time today to get into it, but there's great YouTube videos. If you go to doTERRA.com, and doTERRA's got a great YouTube site as well that you can subscribe to, on how they distill, how they extract the essential oils from the plants. It's really remarkable. And the great thing is that these benefits that the plants are getting from these essential oils, we can reap those benefits as well. These essential oils have a medicinal quality to them, and that we can benefit from. Some historical uses of essential oils. You probably know this already, but essential oils have been used for thousands and thousands of years. One of my favorite things I like to talk about when it comes to history of essential oils is rum. I lived in Italy for several years. I actually lived in Turkey too. And actually Turkey is where I was introduced to the Roman bathhouses that was so famous, in ancient time. So we stumbled into this Roman bathhouse that was being dug up in Turkey. And it was so raw and so cool to be a part of. But one thing that was just so remarkable to me is to see how these beautiful stones of the floor of these bathhouses, they were so pieced together so meticulously, and it really had an art to it. And then if you know anything about ancient Rome and their bathhouses, they were famous for like the spa treatment. They had this aroma these essential oils were added to the baths for the aroma, and for the beauty treatments and the healthcare practices there in ancient Rome. In Egypt, Egyptians used plant-based products and beauty treatments, food preparations, burial rituals, and also religious ceremonies. And then in ancient Greece, men like Homer and Hippocrates explored the aromatic uses of plants, building on the discoveries made by early Egyptians. So these have been around for a long time. There's something to be said about that, right? Consistent use, long-term use, right? There's probably something behind them. So let's get more into that now. So why are essential oils so effective? Well, essential oils are unique. They have a direct influence on the body. Essential oils can penetrate the cell membranes or encapsulate the cell. And they say and or on that slide because essential oils can actually have a dual role. They have dual purpose. If a cell needs to be protected from a threat, right, then it'll encapsulate that cell to protect that cell from being, taken over, whatever, from a threat. And then maybe the cell is already damaged or there's something that has impacted the cell negatively. So then it can penetrate the cell to help discard it, to keep it from spreading, right? So essential oils are so awesome in that sense. They have a direct effect on our cells. They are lipid soluble, making them ideal to influence the cells and the brain. And if you go to doTERRA University, there is lots of great information there that talk about the science behind this and how essential oils actually have an impact on our body. Okay. How to use essential oils? Well, there's 3 ways. So you'd want to make sure you take a look at the label on your bottles for guidance on this. But you've got an aromatic use, a topical use, and an internal use. An aromatic use would be like diffusing it into the air or smelling it out of the bottle. Topical use would be putting it on the skin, right? Putting a drop or 2 on your hands, using it aromatically to inhale the benefits, right? And then maybe massaging a peppermint into your muscles, like your shoulders or your lower back for some relief. And then essential oils are also safe to use internally, not all of them. So again, keep in mind on the label, make sure that the oil you're using is safe to ingest. And how you can do that is putting a few drops of it in your water, or you can put it in a veggie capsule. I actually put lemon or Slim and Sassy metabolic blend in my water every single day and drink it with the oils in it. It tastes great. So yep. It's great. Internal use. It's safe. There's lots of science with that too. So again, go to doTERRA University to find out more about that. All right. And then when using essential oils topically, you want to keep in mind this guidance as well. Some essential oils don't need any dilution, like Melaleuca is one of them. You can apply neat to the body. That means it doesn't need any dilution. Okay, some of them you'd want to dilute. You'd want to use with a carrier oil. Maybe peppermint would be one like that. It can feel a little sensitive on areas of the skin or sensitive spots. And then some essential oils are also marked as sensitive. So if it's marked sensitive, then you absolutely want to use with a dilution on young children or on sensitive skin, like irritations or things like that. An essential oil like oregano would be one like that. It's a warming and it's very concentrated. All of the essential oils are extremely concentrated. It's not like a bottle of lemon juice that you get from the store. The lemon oil that you get in a bottle is a lot more concentrated. So it only takes a drop or 2. And then, like I said, those sensitive oils, you definitely want to dilute with a carrier oil. And you could use a vegetable-based oil, like olive oil or coconut oil with that dilution. All right, I'm going to read through these because these are important. These are recommended ideal amounts. So take a screenshot of this. If you're using this essential oils internally, orally, or dermally on the skin, topically, right? You would want to follow these guidelines, all right? So take a screenshot and then I'll read through really quick on what this says because this is important. So you'd always want to keep the safe amount per day guidelines in mind. Avoid applying oils directly in the nose, ears, or on the eyes. For topical application, it's important to consider dilution. It is also important to remember that some essential oils, cassia, cinnamon, geranium, lemongrass, oregano, and thyme, should always be diluted before topical use. And real quick, as just a little FYI, less is more, all right? I always dilute. Even with neat oils, I always dilute because, again, these are volatile aromatic compounds. The essential oils can evaporate quickly. So when I dilute with a carrier oil, it increases the stay time of that essential oil. So it's going to be there longer, especially if I want the aroma there. And then it's going to have a longer absorption period on the skin. So if I have an area that needs a look like maybe some soothing to it or some dry skin, I would definitely dilute because I want that absorption time to be longer on my skin. So diluting is a good thing. Okay, less is more. And then make sure to store essential oils out of the reach of children. When storing essential oils, you want to keep them away from excessive light or heat. Some essential oils like citrus oils, wild orange, and lemon are photosensitive, so they heat up in light and heat. So when using things like citrus oils, you'd want to stay out of the sun about 12 hours or so. You don't want to go into direct sunlight. So if you apply it, put it under your shirt, so it's not going to have that heating up effect. Always keep younger children, or always help out younger children when applying essential oils to make sure they also get the proper amounts. All right, wisdom pillar, first one, get ready. All right, if this is a live event and you're getting points for this, I'm going to delay the answer. But if not, I'm going to give the answer anyway. So just give it a few seconds. So what makes an essential oil effective? So, what is it? Well, essential oils are unique. And what makes them effective is they impact our bodies on a cellular level. This is awesome, okay? Direct impact on our cellular level, okay? They can penetrate the cell wall, or they can protect it, encapsulate it by protecting it. Okay. Essential oils are commonly referred to as volatile blank compounds. Go ahead and fill in that blank. Take note of it or participate in whatever capacity that your coach is having you participate. And the answer is, it's a volatile aromatic compound. All right, which application method requires no dilution? Neat, dilute, or sensitive? This one should be pretty easy. And the answer is neat. Okay, but remember, less is more. So diluting is good. All right, getting into our individual essential oils and blends. We're going to talk about them more specifically here, and then I'll have a little DIY slide with each one. So peppermint, we talked about this earlier about rubbing it into like the shoulders, right? Applying it topically to help relieve maybe tension. Peppermint helps to promote healthy respiratory function and clear breathing. So you'd want to breathe it in. You can put it in a diffuser, put a drop or two in your hands, and cup your hands over your mouth and inhale it. It's great to open up the airways. You can also apply it topically over your stomach to help reduce bloating, gas. You can also take it internally to help with indigestion by adding it to your water or putting it in a veggie capsule. Peppermint also is a great pick-me-up. So on my drive to Alaska a few years ago, doTERRA actually makes peppermint beadlets, and it's an encapsulated drop of an essential oil that you just put in your mouth, and you can swallow it or you can pop it in your mouth, and it's like an instant pick-me-up. They saved me on my trip. Woke me up right away. All right. One of my favorite DIY recipes that I like to use is I like to make Rice Krispie treats with peppermint. So basically, I take the recipe, I melt the marshmallows and the vanilla and the butter. And then before I add the Rice Krispie treats, I add about 6 to 8 drops of peppermint oil. And then I add the Rice Krispie treats. They taste so good. My kids love them. It's great for like Christmas time. You can put some like red, some candy cane crushed up on them, or, you know, it's just a fun little treat kids love. All right, Melaleuca. So here, Melaleuca can be used aromatically, topically, internally. It also can be used neat, so it doesn't necessarily need a dilution. Some of the great benefits from Melaleuca, it's great for the skin, all right? Oh, it's awesome for the skin. It helps promote healthy immune function, protects against environmental and seasonal threats. Melaleuca is one that encapsulates cells to protect. And then one of my favorite things I like to do with Melaleuca, I use it on my skin, but I also put it in all-purpose cleaner. And so I just take one of these amber glass bottles I buy on Amazon. They're really cheap. And I add in some vinegar and then I put in some Melaleuca. And then sometimes I'll add some oregano. Sometimes I'll add lemon. Sometimes I'll put On Guard in it too. So there's lots of things you can add to make an all-purpose cleaner, because remember, essential oils are versatile. And then I top it off with water. It's great for cleaning surfaces. All right. Breathe essential oil. This is one that you'd use aromatically or topically. Excuse me. This one also is sensitive, so you'd want to dilute for young children or on sensitive skin. Breathe is great for opening up the airways. We diffuse Breathe every single night in my boy's bedroom. My son has some respiratory just issues at nighttime and in the morning, and I don't know if they're really allergies or it could be the air here in Utah is not very clean. So we've noticed a great change with when we diffuse Breathe in his room every single night. Mm-hmm. It can help also promote a nice restful sleep too. Deep Blue is one of my favorites. So I work at a gym. I work out a lot. I teach classes. And so after a long day of lifting, I will rub Deep Blue on my back, on my shoulders, on my neck. They also make Deep Blue in a rub. It's like a lotion. So I will take a warm bath and then come out of the bath and use that in like those tight areas in my back or my calves or wherever. And it's great to help ease tension. You'd want to use this topically only, and it is sensitive. So you'd want to dilute it for young children or on sensitive skin. It has a cooling and then a warming effect to it, actually. So it's one of my favorites. All right, doTERRA On Guard. I love this product. It's one of the first ones I used when I started using doTERRA essential oils, because it helps promote healthy immunity. It's a natural antioxidant. The leading ingredient is wild orange, so you think of vitamin C, right? Every time we think of orange. You can use doTERRA's On Guard blend. Now this is a blend. You check out the ingredients of essential oils, but you can use it aromatically, topically, and internally. It can also be used neat, so it doesn't necessarily need a dilution. But like on my kids, I still use a carrier oil. There is cinnamon in it, and they do feel a little bit of a warming effect to it. My kids do. So I'll put a carrier oil on with On Guard as well. And, you know, just for a real quick FYI, doTERRA does have a product. It's their Touch product line. It's essential oils. A lot of these top ones I'm talking about are already diluted in roller balls. So these are great for kids, okay? So just as a little, information for you. Then one of my favorite DIYs with On Guard is the hand sanitizer spray. Now they actually make this. doTERRA has a product like this now. They didn't used to have this, but they do now. But it's you can still make it yourself if you like doing these. Just make sure you use an amber bottle. There's a glass, this one in the picture is clear. And then you just add your On Guard and top it off with water with your aloe vera gel. It's a great product. I use this on my gym equipment, actually. I use a mic when I teach classes, so I'll spray down the mic afterwards just to help, help from spreading things, because I'm not the only one that uses it. So, and then frankincense. I love this. Frankincense is my favorite essential oil. It is the king of essential oils, and something that Dr. Hill is known for saying is, when in doubt, use frankincense. It is so versatile. Frankincense can be used for so many things. It helps promote mental clarity. It helps promote grounding, emotional grounding. It's great for inflammation. It's soothing. It's got so many great benefits. It's so good for the skin. It's great for memory as well. So diffusing frankincense, maybe at study time or in a classroom, is great for kids that are learning, or if you're in college. It's just great for promoting memory, healthy memory. And so frankincense you can use aromatically, topically, and internally. Could be used neat, so it does not necessarily need a dilution to it. And then this is one of my favorite things that I like to use with frankincense. I make my own salve. It's like a healing salve that's made of shea butter, coconut oil. I actually use grapeseed oil. And then I use beeswax, and I add some vitamin E oil after that's all melted in like a glass jar over this pot of boiling water. And then I add in 10 drops each of frankincense, cedarwood, melaleuca. Ooh, frankincense is in there twice. Just once, right? And then I also add lavender, geranium, and spikenard. So it's great. So take a copy, screenshot of this recipe if you want to use it for yourself. It thickens into a nice salve to use for anything, like any skin irritation or chapped lips or things like that. It's great. Okay. And then Serenity is doTERRA's calming blend. Love this at bedtime. I actually apply Serenity to my forehead at night, and I notice a difference if I skip a night. I am not as rested in the morning. I'm restless sleeping. And then I also have noticed that when I use Serenity on my forehead at night, that I actually remember my dreams those nights. It's so fun. It's interesting. Can make for an interesting conversation the next day. But I love Serenity. It's a calming blend. You don't just have to use it for sleep. I use it also as like my blissful mommy timeout moments. When my kids are driving me crazy, I'll just take and I'll put a drop of Serenity with a drop of Balance in my hand and rub them together and smell it. I'll find a quiet spot and just kind of have a few minutes to myself, and it just really helps calm my mood. So it's great. You can use Serenity aromatically and topically, and it also can be used neat, so it doesn't need that dilution to it. And then one of my other recipes right here for DIY fizzy bath salts. Now there's balls in the picture, bath bombs, whatever they're called. I cannot keep a bath bomb together to save my life. They always fall apart. So I just make salts instead. And this is a fun little recipe you can use. I add Serenity to it, but you can also add, like the picture shows, lavender, citrus bliss. You know, you can change it up. I love Serenity in the bath because it just helps calm me at the end of the day. But you can use whatever your favorite blends are. Then another one I love to use is past tense. I struggled with migraines for a long, long time, and I find so much relief when I use past tense. So the bottle that you get now is in an amber bottle. It's not this clear bottle. But it has a roll on top to it, so it's easy to apply topically, and you can also use it aromatically. Okay, it's great for release. It's great for relieving tension. So you can apply it to your neck, your back, your shoulders, just anywhere. If you can use it. If you feel like there could be an anxious environment around you, whether you're getting on an airplane or families, getting together, whatever it is, it's a great one to help relieve tension. All right, next wisdom pillar. Which essential oil is great for opening up nasal passageways and promoting clear airways? There's a couple of them we talked about. First one we talked about was peppermint, and then Breathe is really, really great for that. Okay, which essential oil is the king of oils? And then I talked about one of Dr. Hill's favorite things to say is, when in doubt, use what? Very versatile essential oil. It's great for memory. It's great for skin. It's great for, so many things. It's frankincense. Okay, which essential oil is great for promoting relaxation and restful environment? Helps with sleep too. And I talked about how it helps me actually have that, remember my dreams the next day. It helps promote that REM sleep. And that is Serenity. All right, coming into this last portion of our slides, I'm going to talk about why doTERRA. Why did I stick with doTERRA versus other great oil companies? And I say great because there are some great ones out there. But I stuck with doTERRA because of one of their big reasons is because they're co-impact sourcing and their Healing Hands Foundation. Excuse me. So, doTERRA sources their oils from over 40 different countries, and a lot of these are like third world countries. They provide long-term partnerships in these areas where maybe in the past, these harvesters and farmers and growers weren't getting a fair trade. They weren't getting fair income, or maybe they weren't getting paid at all, or they were being taken advantage of. So doTERRA likes to work with the small farmers, right? And they like to provide long-term mutually beneficial supplier partnerships. And I see, and it says here sustainable, that's key too, because sometimes, especially in these third world countries, these people don't have resources. They don't have a lot of money to spend on training and education on how to have a product that is sustainable, how to keep their plants growing and their trees growing every single year. And a lot of times what's happened, especially like with our frankincense tree, we learned before doTERRA went in, these trees were dying off, and the reason why is because they were being over harvested. And so doTERRA goes in and they form these cooperatives. They team up with these farmers and these harvesters, and they do training and they teach on how to have a sustainable product, how to keep their trees from dying, how to keep their plants growing and coming back every single year. And they also talk about rest harvesting and things that where sometimes the soil needs to heal too. So they talk about all these things and they train on this. And ultimately they improve growing and harvesting practices to achieve an optimal yield and ensure sustainability. They also give ethical treatment up to suppliers by providing on-time payments at fair prices. And then the Healing Hands Foundations, oh gosh, I wish we could have a whole presentation just on this, because Healing Hands Foundation is partnered up with it's a doTERRA partner, and it's their humanitarian effort where they go above and beyond, right? Healing Hands goes out and they build wells, or they'll build health treatment centers and clinics in areas where maybe these farmers or people in the area had to walk days and days maybe to get some health treatment. So they're going to these areas and they're going above and beyond by meeting the needs that are there. Hygiene centers, schools is another big one. They're building schools in areas too. So there's so many things that Healing Hands Foundation is doing, and I'm going to stop right there, but go online, check out the YouTube videos at doTERRA.com, or that the doTERRA has, and there's so much that they're doing, and it's great. It's such an exciting time to join in. The co-and-back sourcing, just here's a real quick example of it. I pulled this one out of doTERRA's Living magazine a few seasons ago, and this is about the Douglas fir tree. And in New Zealand, the Douglas fir was considered to be an invasive species. This tree was taking over communities. It was a pest, to the community. It grows 25 times faster in New Zealand than it does in North America. They're self-seeding conifer trees. They grow fast, and they just take over. So what did doTERRA do? They went in, they partnered up with a small-scale company, and maybe in another area these trees could have been wiped out, right? Because it's an invasive species and the community doesn't want them. They go and just start chopping them down, and then an invasive species now becomes an endangered species. So what doTERRA has done is they provide as a solution, right, to help control it and provide harvesting, distilling, and sustainability, and keep these trees growing in areas where they're wanted. And providing us the wonderful benefits of Douglas fir. Douglas fir is my favorite fir smell. You may know it. It's a Christmassy kind of smell, and I love diffusing it right around Christmas time. But anyway, back to the slides. So another product really quick I'm just going to talk about, and these are foundational products right here. This is a product that I've been using for a few years now. It's the doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Supplements, or it's a Lifelong Vitality Pack, and it comes with all 3 of these. It has 9 different essential oils in it listed there on the slide. We've got frankincense, thyme, cumin, orange, peppermint, ginger, caraway, German chamomile, and clove. provides optimal support when compared to common supplements and super vitamins. Real quick, I'm going to talk about this. So you'll find on some supplements or vitamins, they'll have this crazy amount of what's in it. Like maybe the vitamin C is, at 1,000% or something of your daily recommended intake, or the B12 is super, super high, right, for helping with energy. So the reason why you'll see these supplements have these super high amounts of vitamins in them is because they have a binding agent in those pills. And so anytime you have a pill that has a binding agent, your body is going to be dumping about 65 to 80% of what's in that pill. Your body can't digest it. Okay, it's something to help compact it all together. And so to compensate for what your body's going to dump, they will, overdo it on the daily recommended intakes. And why is that bad? Well, okay, your body's dumping what it needs, okay, and also they're putting way too much in there to begin with. So doTERRA doesn't put any binding agents inside their supplements. And then not only there's no binding agents in them, you're getting optimal support. So you'll take a look at those daily recommended amounts and you're getting what your body needs, right, by taking them to supplement a healthy foods diet. It provides 22 essential vitamins and minerals to support normal growth, function, and maintenance of the cell. You guys, this is like mitochondria medicine. I shouldn't say medicine. It is like the engine of the cell, right? It's going to help get that energy of the cells, at its best, right? So it promotes healthy cardiovascular, nervous, and immune system function. It also protects oxidation and supports healthy function of the brain, eyes, and nervous system. And doTERRA has a satisfaction guarantee on this. So if you get these products and after 30 days you're using them and you don't like them, they're not working for you, send them back, you'll get a full refund. But you guys, I've never met somebody who has had to return these products ever. I've been using them. I started off using them at the half recommended dose, but now I've been on the full dose because I noticed such a change in just my ability to get through the day and stay focused, right? I noticed a huge change in my immunity. And I think a lot of that has to do with these supplements that I've been taking every day now for a few years. And so they're great. Married up with our wellness philosophy, right? So you can do anything, right? You can take any magic pill or whatever. And you know what? If you're not eating right, if you're not exercising, if you're not managing your stress and your sleep, you guys, there's nothing out there that's gonna do it right for you. There's nothing that's gonna give you the best benefit, right? So what we like to do with doTERRA is talk about this wellness philosophy. Again, we're a team of educators, we're a team of coaches that want to get you on the right track. So talk about eating right, exercising your body, reducing toxic load, making sure you're getting proper sleep at night, and managing your stress. So you're doing that, marrying up with these products, the doTERRA products. That's really how you're going to get the most out of it. Okay. A healthy lifestyle is built on a foundation of nutrition, exercise, and rest, and limiting your toxic exposure. Informed self-care using essential oils is more effective when built on a foundation of a healthy lifestyle. And that's why we're here, right? We're here to talk to you, to educate you, but we want to also make sure we're addressing the foundational elements to this. By enrolling with doTERRA, now it says I on there, but whoever introduced you to doTERRA, right, your coach or your friend or whoever it is, you want to talk to that person because they can be available to you to give you ideas on ways to improve these areas, right, in your life. Here in our team, we've got a great team of coaches. We love to educate. We love to give stuff away free. We love to do samples. So, get with whoever introduced you to doTERRA. And then if you don't have somebody, contact me or whatever, and or just talk to the person who introduced you, and we'll get you on the right path. Okay. All right, real quick about CPTG, Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. I won't spend too much time talking about this, but what is this, okay? doTERRA has this brand, okay? It's called Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. And I'm going to tell you, it is the gold standard for essential oils. This is quality control right here. So remember we talked about, you know, where doTERRA sources their plants and things like that. So doTERRA goes to those areas where plants are indigenous, okay, where they grow and thrive in their natural environment, okay. We're not taking plants out of their natural environment and trying to reproduce them in an area that's not sustainable for them or maybe even good for them. Climate has a lot to do with it. Elevation can have a lot to do with it. Humidity, those kind of things. The type of soil. So doTERRA works hard to make sure that you're getting that quality product. There's no fillers, there's no synthetic ingredients, no harmful contaminants in them. And then if you go online, check out their four-step, their distillery, their lab testing. doTERRA has third-party lab testing in a 4-step process before any of their products go on the shelf for sale. This is awesome. There's such a science behind it, and I don't have time to talk about this with you. But if you're interested, go to doTERRAuniversity.com, and you can learn all about it there. All right, so what happens next? We're closing up here. Biggest thing is I want you to get connected. Who introduced you, okay? Who introduced you to the presentation today, to doTERRA? Are you open to natural solutions in your home? Are you open to natural solutions to your healthcare? Do you want to try a sample? If you do, if this is you, then you want to get connected. Whoever it was that introduced you, you want to talk to them, connect with one of our coaches, and then we can talk to you about the simplicity of enrollment. It's like a Costco membership, you guys. And the great thing is there's perks and rewards that you can take part in if you choose to participate, but you don't have to. And the best thing is you're not locked in. You don't have to sell doTERRA products. You don't have to purchase monthly. You don't have to do any of that if you just want to get the 25% off discount. So get connected, talk to one of us, and we can help guide you into that process. Next thing too is the team that I'm on is called Simply Changing the World. And we have monthly events. The first 2 weeks of every month, we have an oil camp. This is for you if you want to really get in-depth interactive education on doTERRA essential oils. All of our coaches join in to help give you lots of great information in a 2-week online event. So invite your friends. And then the third week of every single month, we do another online training event. This is called How to Get the Most Out of Your Membership. You only need to attend this training one time. So once you enroll with doTERRA, you'll want to make sure to attend this event because this is going to teach you about all the great perks that doTERRA has for you as being a member. And then the fourth week is our Wellness Wednesday. This is on-current training. Every month this is different. So you want to stay on top of this. You're going to get information on your products, on doTERRA's products maybe that you don't know about. And it's just basically continued education. And we love to have that available to you. And we take turns coaching this every single month. So you want to get connected so you can take part in these free events. These are free for you. So keep an eye out for other events and get-togethers in our team Facebook page. It's called Simply Changing the World. And we will, we'll get connected there. And then the other thing too is we have this loyalty card. So if you are at doTERRA, and if you're enrolled already, if you're thinking about enrolling, again, we love to give things away. So by participating in the oil camp and participating in how to get the most out of your membership online event, and then participating in 3 Wellness Wednesdays events, you'll get a free prize. So this is going to come from your coach. So these prizes may be different from coach to coach. So again, get connected. That's so important, and get some great stuff. All right, last wisdom pillar. You guys ready? What is the name of doTERRA's charitable organization that complements doTERRA's co-impact sourcing mission? It's called Something Hands. Talked about this a little bit and how there's like not enough time to talk about how great this organization is. It's called Healing Hands. What does CPTG stand for? This one's a hard one. Certified blank therapeutic grade. I use the easiest word for the blank. Certified pure therapeutic grade. There you go. All right, and the last one is one I cannot answer for you, but I want you to answer this. What is your why? think about it. If you're in a live event, let your coach know, what is your why? Get connected with us. We really want to know why. And we want to help you along the journey. We love what we do. We love being a part of your wellness and sharing all the great things that doTERRA has done in each of our lives. And we're excited to have you join us. And I just want to thank you for sharing your time with me personally. I love this quote by Nelson Mandela. It's education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And that's what we're trying to do, right? One drop in every home, an oil in every home. It starts with one drop. So we want to get it to you. So reach out if you want to try a sample. If you're looking into enrollment, we'd love to get connected. Thank you.